Gary, I imagine that one stings a little this afternoon.
Yeah, it hurts to lose any football match, but to lose to your biggest rivals is devastating for the fans. Fantastic again, great voice, great numbers. We gave it everything. I thought we were the better team, but small details, a little bit naive at times. We have to learn. To win big football matches is not just about playing football. We have to get better at the fine arts of the game, and that's a lesson we have to take from it. But we don't get this back. We're bitterly disappointed, and hopefully we see a big reaction on Tuesday.
We may not have deserved to win the game, but we certainly didn't deserve to lose that game, and certainly not in the manner that we did.
Well, if you don't do your job at a set piece, though, you lose, and that's the small details. We saw from the very first minute how Plymouth came to try and win the game, and that's what you need to do to be a successful team. You need to find ways to win. But right from the start, they showed they weren't going to try and play. They were going to try and nick the game. They were slowing the game down, and we fell into the trap that they set. So we have to learn from that.
Certainly started both halves very strongly, I thought.
Yeah, I thought we were the better team the whole game. I don't think there was a moment in the game where we were under pressure or I thought, this isn't working. But I always knew that they came here to score one goal and to nick a win. And when a team is trying to do that, we have to be better in those moments in terms of defending set pieces where they scored, but also better in how we buy fouls, how we don't get caught up into the game they want us to play. And we have to score the first goal in games like that, and we didn't create enough. We weren't bright enough in the final third to do that, and at 0-0 we always run the risk of conceding a goal, and try to chase the game was always going to be hard.
One of the best chances of the game was Dimitri Mitchell quite early on. I mean, that was an early goal, probably would have made all the difference in this game. It was a great chance. Yeah,
because they would have to come out and play a different game, and that would have created even more space for Noms, for Stano, for Demi, Josh. So we have to take our chances in those moments. But yeah, it was pretty clear in the game what was going to happen. We were dominating the game and either going to score or we were going to get hit with a sucker punch, and unfortunately it was the latter.
Felt, I think, today a case of just perhaps not taking our chances when we had them.
Yeah, a little bit, and learning that if you can't win, then you definitely don't lose, and that's the big thing for me. In the bigger games, the last two games we've had are against teams going for promotion. Another team promotion today. We've still got Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, Ipswich. We have to get better in the big moments in these games, that we become a bit more street smart, and it has to come quickly, because this league, we've shown we can compete at this level, but to go where we want to go, we have to learn the lessons we've learnt over the last few games.
Ahead of the game, named in the squads, Gary Woods. I think we expected him to be out for the season, and we didn't see Raheem Harper today.
Yeah, Woods a fantastic character. Got ruled out for the rest of the season and has worked extremely hard to be back fit. He's trained the last week. He was, he's probably touch and go whether he could play, but we felt like his experience and his voice in the changing room, and he was, if called upon, ready. So we threw him in there. And Rack's competition for places. We're looking to the future. We're also trying to obviously win games now. So a few different reasons why he wasn't involved.
Good to see Keggs starting after return from international duty. 2 minutes into Devon Derby, he throws himself right in and gets, but I think solid 60 or so minutes of Keggs start.
Yeah, I thought the ref was poor. When you're playing a derby, when somebody slips, you can't book him. It puts him on edge for the rest of the game. If there's a bad tackle, I understand it. He allowed the time wasting to start right from the early in the game, and he has to control that. He, for me, didn't allow a game of football to happen. They allowed one team to dictate what was going on, and for the football supporters in the stadium, then and his job for me is to allow a football match to take place, and he didn't do that.
You touched on it briefly with Derby coming up. We played Bolton, we played Peterborough, and we spoke about this run towards the end of the season of all those teams in the top sort of 7. We've certainly matched. We've beaten Barnsley. We've matched other teams. We've shown quite capably that there isn't too much of a difference between us and those sides who traded promotion this season.
Yeah, I agree, but it's not enough. We have to do more. We have to find ways to win these games, like we did against Barnsley. like I say, we're learning every week, and we know we're not the finished article or what we want to be at this level. It's our first season at this level, so these games are crucial in our development as a football team. And like I said, we will learn from them, and next year we will be better in these bigger moments against the teams higher up the table.
What was your message to the players at full time, or perhaps ahead of that Derby game?
Watch this. Watch them supporting the supporters getting behind Plymouth, because it has to hurt a lot. And I think those feelings as a football player drive you to be better, drive you to work harder. So you have to, as horrible as it is and as uncomfortable as it is, you have to watch those moments to grow and to drive yourself forward. And a lot of the players had a look at it, and hopefully it has the desired impact to be better.